Hello, I hope you are doing great. Previous lectures, we understood what are the different nodes which are there as a part of the HDFS and how do you store a file in HDFS? How do you really read a file from HDFS? We understood very important aspects of all the HDFS. Now it is important to know what may be the different challenges in distributed system. Any idea what may be the challenges? Can you just pause the video and can think of one of the very important challenges, failure management in the name node. The second one is failure management in the data node. Before we really get into that, when we talk about a distributed storage and distributed processing, we have been discussing that distributed storage happens as a part of the commodity hardware. The data can be distributed across the systems which are connected by a network. That is what we understood. When we are talking about thousands of systems, don't you think there is a probability and also possibility that one or two systems in a network, in a cluster may fail? That is a possibility, right? Probability is also more in case of commodity hardware as compared to the servers. Let us try to understand these things one by one. When we look at the data nodes, in this case, we have 4 data nodes, and we know that these 4 data nodes storing a big file of 1 GB as per the previous example, whatever we have already dealt in earlier lecture. 1 GB of file is distributed across these 4 data nodes. And we know that couple of blocks are there in data node 1, data node 2, data node 3, and data node 4. And all these 8 blocks together will form one file. What if one of the blocks gets corrupted? The black one which I'm denoting, if you want to process a file, you know that particular file is distributed across these data nodes by breaking that into 8 blocks. What if this block gets corrupted? That may be of useful, that may not be of useful. Maybe what are the content of the data which you are storing in block 1 may be at most importance. If we lose a particular block within the data node itself, which is a possibility, we will not be able to retrieve the whole file as such. That is a problem, right? Now, there is a possibility that the whole data node may crash. It may go for a toss. Then both the blocks which are there existing in this would be not there. The whole data node itself gets corrupted. In that case also, the scenario is much more worse than the earlier scenario. We will not be able to get the whole file whatever we have stored. Out of 1 GB of file, maybe almost 256 MB of the data is gone, which may be very important for us. That is also not a good thing to happen. So these are the things which will happen in case data node fails. Let us understand what if the name node fails. The name node, as we understand, is heart of HDFS. We know that the whole metadata of all the files would be stored as a part of the name node. And also block locations are not persistence. They are stored in a memory, which is also called as a block caching. They keep changing. If the name node fails, what happens is the file block location mapping is lost. We know that this is where the data is there. Data is of no use without any name node. How will you go and read the data, right? Because you don't even know the address of the data. If you lose the name node, you don't know where your data is there. You will not be able to go for a brute force methodology of reading and trying to take a chance to read the data. This is a very, very bad situation to be in. These are the two important challenges of distributed storage. One is a data node failure and name node failure. How do you manage the name node failure? How do you manage the data node failure? Thank you.